Hello everyone, Jacquie Edwards here for Live at Lunchtime. Thank you so much for joining me today. I was almost going to say it was Friday, but it's not Friday. I've been a day ahead all week. It's been a struggle. So it's Thursday today, which is great for me because it's massage and relaxation day. Although I must say I'm not relaxing too much. It's actually kind of exciting. So we've got on the system side of our business, so we help people set up their property systems. We're just working on some new coding for the system that's going to make it do some even cooler stuff. So I'm not a coder and I'm not an IT person, so it's a little bit beyond me, but I've been working with a freelancer on the coding, so I've been helping him this morning just get the final last tweaks of it so that it works perfectly, and then we can roll it out to everybody. So I'm quite excited about that, but that's what I've been spending my time on all morning so far, instead of resting and relaxing like I'm supposed to do on Thursday. But anyways, that's okay. It's all fun because I do enjoy doing that bit, so it's all right to have a little bit of fun work. Today I wanted to talk about a subject that I've seen appear in a couple places. So I had a question about this as part of my 5-day challenge that I'm doing, and I've also seen it appear in a couple of other places, and it's the idea of a mini-mo or a mini-HMO. So normal house shares, most people kind of think of them as being around 5 people. So like a normal licensed HMO, mandatory licensing is 5 tenants in 3 or more floors. So a normal HMO is generally considered to be about 5 bedrooms. So a lot of people are starting to look at the idea of a mini HMO or a mini-mo as a way to get started, either because they don't have experience, so they're a bit nervous about, jumping into a bigger property, or because it's just a little bit cheaper and easier to get started with a smaller property than with a bigger property. So I just wanted to weigh in a little bit on my thoughts on the mini-mo or the mini-HMO model. So first of all, from a purchasing perspective, I would say if you get a good return, a good ROI, so return on investment, return on kind of cash invested, by doing, a 3-person mini HMO, then go for it. It's definitely worth it. So if you're making enough money, so if the cash flow that's coming in and the return that you're getting meets the criteria that you set for yourself, then yeah, why not do it? I mean, it's like having a single let or something, and not quite like a single let, but as long as it's getting the return that you're happy with, why not? So that's on the purchasing side. I would say on the rent-to-rent side, it would be quite difficult to make the mini HMO model work. So it's not impossible, and it's definitely doable. It's all about finding the right property. So I've tend to find, and I've seen other people commenting on this as well, that the 5-bedroom model is kind of the sweet spot for getting started in a rent-to-rent property. That's where you kind of really cover your money and you get your profit. So normally with an HMO, you need to pay all of the bills, and you need to cover some maintenance, and you need to cover any voids. So I like to make sure that if I've got one room empty for an entire month, which is unlikely depending on your area, but if I had that one room empty for the entire month, that I wouldn't be losing out any money. So I generally see that I have to have at least one bedroom as kind of pure profit. So when you cut that down, so with 5 bedrooms, it's quite easy. That means 4 of your bedrooms pay, your rent or your mortgage. They pay all of your utility bills. They pay for any kind of maintenance, anything else that's happening, and that 5th room is just pure profit. And as you grow bigger, so if you've got a 6-bedroom, you've got 2 rooms of profit, and bigger and bigger. With the mini HMO model, you really start to shrink that profit place down, because I would still really worry about having my voids covered, basically. So if you've only got 3 bedrooms and one is empty for a month, those two other rooms have to cover all of the rent or the you pay to the owner, or the mortgage has to cover all of your utility bills and any maintenance. Um, so in some areas of London and more expensive areas, this could probably work a little bit better. So if you're getting, 7, 8, 900 a month per tenant for rent, with 3 tenants at 900 a month, I shouldn't have done this on live on the air because you'll see how bad my math skills are for an ex-accountant. So that's like £2,700, 3 times 9, £2,700 a month of income. If you have one room empty, that's $1,800 a month. Generally, depending on how much you're paying the owner, you're usually looking at around maybe $500 a month for bills, including your council tax. So that still leaves you $1,300 a month to be paying the owner. So that could work as long as your rents are high enough that you're covering all your costs quite easily. So if your rents aren't high enough and your margins are quite low, doing a mini HMO could be quite a struggle. And a lot of people think, oh, I'll start that way. It'll be a bit easier having just 3 people than having 2 or than having 5. And it might be, but in the long run, the easiest time to fill your house is when it's all completely empty, because you can make it look really nice, you can stage it, it can be completely clean, you can have everything looking beautiful. So it's quite easy to find those first few tenants that kind of all come in about the same time. And then after that, it's just dealing with people as they come and go on a one basis. So it's the same really between a 5-bedroom property and a 3-bedroom property. You just have to find a couple more tenants, but it's a lot easier. So, sorry, I just got a message, I get distracted. So it doesn't, yeah, I would say it's not loads easier to do a mini HMO versus a kind of 5-bed normal sized HMO. And you're probably not going to get the profits that you're really looking for, and any voids are going to really quickly wipe out those little bit of profits that's there. So yes, mini HMOs, they're a great idea. They have a cool name, Mini-MOs. And they could be great for, if you're purchasing a property and you can make the numbers stack up. But for rent to rent, I think it might be quite a struggle. And of course, nothing's impossible, so you can always do it. And maybe you could use kind of a service accommodation mixed with HMO, so rent them out service accommodation by the room, and you could boost your profits a little bit more. But again, that adds an extra level of management on top, where you might as well just do a normal HMO. So that's just my 2 cents on mini HMOs, Mini-MOs. I do love the name. We did look at a smaller HMO when we first got started. So when I first started my advertising, we had somebody with a 3-bedroom property give us a call. We really struggled to agree with them on a rental amount that we would pay the owner, just because in order for us to make enough money for it to be worth it to manage it on a regular basis, because there isn't that much time difference in the management between a 3-bedroom and a 5-bedroom. We were still looking for kind of a minimum of £500 a month profit, and in order to get that from a 3-bedroom HMO, we couldn't offer the owner very much rent on a monthly basis. So we just couldn't give her enough money to make it worth it for her, versus her just having an agent kind of manage it. Even if they didn't do that great of a job, she would still get more than we could give her, because there just wasn't enough profit in the deal overall. So hopefully that's been informative, and if you have never heard of Mini-MOs before, hopefully you've learned a new thing. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Thank you.